do anything. So, um, I, I know this has been a while, but what is up, Watchers? My name is Watcher Dogs. I am joined here by
Hey everybody, my name's Mullet Man.
we. I wanted to get back into doing the Real2Real podcast because I've been away from it for far too long and kind of lost the co-host that I had originally because Fallout. But my new co-host here, Mullet, he is a great guy. Go and check out his streams. I'll leave them in the link below, or I'll leave them in the description below for anyone who wants to go and check them out. But today we're mainly going to be talking more about mental health because it's around that time. We're on a point right now where the charity live stream for Thankmas is actually up, and we're doing both of us on both of our streams over on Twitch are going to be doing stuff for the charity live stream, which is actually going to be benefiting Samaritans and the Crisis Text Line. Which, if you don't know what Crisis Text Line is, they are a nonprofit organization that is going to help with fighting suicide prevention or going with suicide prevention. Sorry, and stuff like that, just to raise mental awareness, mental health, and everything. It's a brand that I'm wanting to stick with because I really love helping people understand that you are better, you are strong enough for that stuff, and it's just all around.
Yep.
Like so, we wanted to come on here and mainly talk about mental health because we kind of got into a big conversation before I even started stream up and stuff about like our pasts and everything. Uh, but before I even get into all that, Mullet, why don't you tell the viewers and everything about yourself?
Uh, well, you know, I stream on Twitch. Um, I'm I've dealt with mental health pretty much all my life. Been through pretty much everything and anything you can probably think of. So I mean, I want to make sure everybody in just not my community, but everybody that we reach out to is you know feeling like they're welcomed and everything like that. So we've been I've been trying my hardest to get my mental health straight and make sure everybody else's mental health is up to where I am, because mental health is a I'm a huge advocate for mental health awareness. Um, so we've been just trying to get everything going with that.
Yeah. Uh, we like I said, we were talking before we even started the podcast up, and things got to a point where it was just like um more down in the dumps, I guess you could say. It was more like personal stuff, which I'm I'm not wanting to fully put that out there online for anyone just yet. To kind of just gonna let that be said. I'm gonna explain more about it in another time. I know I uploaded a video about my great grandfather, not when he actually passed back a couple years ago. Um, I did explain why I wasn't uploading then. I did explain a bunch of stuff then, and but there's been a lot of stuff since then and before that even that I wanted to kind of touch up on. Uh, Honestly, so I kind of wanted to save this for when I was doing a podcast for this topic. So, Mullet,
Mm-hmm.
to explain more about why I got into streaming and everything, streaming YouTube and everything like that. I on my original channel, it was called Watcher Dogs XD.
Mm-hmm.
I lost the account info to it, so I don't have the access to it anymore. But we when I first uploaded it was just me with a bunch of friends on Call of Duty Ghosts at the time. I just used my phone, recording the screen, and I was having fun just talking to people and having fun and everything. It wasn't me just uploading to do anything. But I ended up getting a comment on that video saying how me and my friends made him laugh, and our videos have been helping him through a really dark time. And I didn't know what to think of that because
Mm.
at the time I was super small. Like only like 2 or 3 people knew me. I was like, God, I really am able to make this much of an impact from nothing. Um, and I know what it's like to go through a really dark time. I know what it's like to have the feeling of worthlessness. I know what it's like to be in that moment. And I don't want anyone to feel that way. I don't want anyone to feel like they need to come forth if they are not comfortable with it. Mullet, you were saying that earlier to me
Mm-hmm.
in person, that, or not in person, but like in our own talk, that you want people to come together, not feel like they're pressured to say things out in front of people. But
Oh, of course.
yeah, neither of us want. If you have a story that you want to say, I will. If you're okay with it, I can link your Discord also in the description if people ever want to come to your chat, and then post in the um, mental health check channel to where it will anonymously show up in the channel, so where you don't have to put yourself in the spotlight. You don't have to put yourself out there. It will be completely anonymous, and it will automatically do that.
Of course, and you're more than welcome to do that, because you know I think mental health is just people think it's a, I guess, a very well, I mean, it's becoming more and more acceptable nowadays, but you still have those same people that say, "Oh, we're men. We're not supposed to cry. We're not supposed to show emotions. We're supposed to be the most stone cold humans on this earth." And that's not true. We're all human. We all bleed the same. We all do things that we I mean, the only thing we don't do different, or we do different than the opposite gender, is use the restroom. Like, that's why we have two different bathrooms. But the whole time that I've been through lots of deaths, um, you really take a step back and think, maybe it's okay to show emotions, and maybe it's okay to, you know, when you feel emotions coming on, if you just want to like step away and like just let it all out, that's okay. It's you're not gonna get you're not gonna be put on a pedestal and have people throw either tomatoes or rocks at you. I mean, you're human. You got to be able to feel your emotions as well. Um, when I've been going to counseling since I was 10 years old, and 10 years old and going to counseling, that's pretty rough. Um, but I've been working on counseling with that and meeting some, I mean, amazing people, through my years, and it's just it's amazing, like how it makes you feel when you feel like you're wanted, or you feel like you're valued. And that's what I want everybody to feel like. I want them to feel like their voices matter, their voices are heard, and no matter if you identify as an Apache helicopter to a a giraffe. I don't care. It's you're you're all human. You know, we're we're all made the same in the sense of being there for each other, having a shoulder to cry on, having somebody just sit there and listen to you. Like I could be over here on my other monitor while he's over here telling, talking, and I'm listening 100%, and you you feel like you've got some weight off of your chest.
Yeah.
And I crack this joke all the time that I'm an unlicensed therapist or unlicensed mental health counselor. But I mean, that's the way I'll feel until the day I take my last breath.
Yeah. And I've also kind of been in that same boat too, where I was like the unlicensed therapist or unlicensed counselor for people where but I've go actually I should say I start off with I was at that point where and I still am I'm not going to lie about that. I still am at that point of I as a guy I shouldn't show my emotions because nobody has cared, and I've always had that where people were like, yeah, nobody cared about me, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always been like that for me. Is that that's what just the signs that's shown for me over the years. It's just and it's hard to get out of that mental state when you've invested so much into it that you can't come back out of it.
Yeah.
And I end up going to. I've never been to therapy. I've never been to anything because gaming has been my therapy for stuff. Streaming has been my therapy for like being able to put myself out there to kind of show that I can take control back of my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I don't talk a lot about it is because I feel like I don't need to go to therapy because I'm able to find ways for myself. And again, it's not going to work for everyone. Like doing what
Exactly.
I do isn't going to work for everyone. One of my favorite lines from one of NF songs, NF Real Music, he's a really good music artist. He has stated in the very end of his song Therapy Session that it is a therapy for him to write music, that it is a therapy for him to be able to put words onto a paper and say that. For me, it's easier to say the things that come to my head first so I can be able to get that thought out there. And I can't write it down because I'm never going to remember it because that's just how I work is that I'm never going to be able to remember what I write down or type down and it just gets lost in the sea of hard drives that I have.
Yeah.
So I don't like writing stuff down. I don't like all that. I just want to keep it to like out loud. I like having auditory notes. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with like when I'm on a call with someone. I don't like just being on the call, not being able to see their face. I like being able to talk to them and they talk back, like face to face, like how me and Mullet here are. I don't like the whole where it's. I mean, I understand that some people don't like being on camera. I get that, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's I like being able to see the other person and know it. There's something different there, even though it is not face to face properly. But there's something
Yeah.
different there that's like what's the word that I'm trying to find there? Like comforting, I guess.
Yeah. Comforting is a very good word.
Like it's just you know someone is there instead of it being like especially with how AI has gotten to these days, you have no idea what could be on the other end of that phone line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I like video calls and being in person with people. I don't like being on just a normal call. And that's I get that there are some people out there that don't like that, and I get it, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
of course. But therapy comes as as I've learned in my time being in counseling. Counseling's not for everybody. Everybody has their therapy. It could be music. It could be playing games. It could just be simply going outside and laying laying down on your front porch. I mean, there's just not one type of therapy that works for everybody. It's gonna be, you know, some people they like to just listen to music and just feel the music, or do two things: play games and listen to music. With my brain, it's a toss up. I get sidetracked very easily when I'm listening to music and playing games. But being in somebody's presence and, I guess making yourself vulnerable, which vulnerability is okay in that sense. You know, when when you're having a bad day, it's just like here lately I've had good days. And when I get on my mood swings of being on a steady line, I'll tank again, and I'll be in a different mindset. But it's it's people, that we know when we stick around, we're going to be there for each other, you know, hell or high water. I mean, that's, you know, we try to make sure that everybody is okay and in the right mindset, and they're just not going to do anything that's going to just not impact their lives, but impact their family's life and everything like that. I mean, we seem like we've got a close knit family in the Discord that we're all in. Yeah, we may be, you know, we all may argue and everything, but what family doesn't? What family doesn't see eye to eye on everything? That every family's not the same, you know. So, I mean, we're we're very much a, an interesting family
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm all right with that.
I mean, you're never gonna be able to, as Mullet said, you're never gonna be able to get a perfect quote unquote utopian family. That's
Right.
never gonna happen. And if it was, none of us would be here.
Mhm.
Because going off of what he said is that everyone's unique, and I mean, look how pretty much like me and you are like almost completely different to people
Yeah.
mindset, but when it comes to like the mental states that we get into, we are pretty much the same person.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like it just kind of depends on how we look at it and how we go about things to really uh, go into it, I guess.
Mhm.
Uh, like I know on my older videos or my older podcast for this, me and Caleb were talking about things that happened about ourselves and how we actually ended up growing from them as people. But it's actually a lot harder to think about what people have gone through, like because you can look at the same face day in day out and not know truly what's gone on behind those eyes.
Mhm.
And it's crazy to think about how much people have actually gone through in some some people's lives. It's crazy to think about what they go through, what they have done, and I don't know. It's just it gets to a point where it's just like how.
I mean, in all of my years of, being around different people, different backgrounds, different, races and everything, you know, I've met homeless people, I've met ex convicts, but, when at the end of the day, if if I can ever change, if I can make one person smile through that entire day, I've done something. I've impacted somebody's life. I, you know, I'm a huge supporter of everybody's decisions. I mean the good decisions. Now, like bad decisions, let's sit down and talk about that. But when it comes to good decisions, like, hey, I'm gonna go for this job, I'll be like, do it, man. I'll be in your corner. Or people streaming. I have over probably 100 and something people that I've met along the way of my streaming career, and that's popped in Watchers chat, and you know we've we all have the um one of the streamers I met on Faz. She's dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and tonight we boosted herself, we boosted her confidence up, and we made sure to tell her that she's never going to be alone. And we've I mean we all struggle, I mean, with mental health. When there's people out in this world say, I don't deal with mental health doesn't bother me. And I'm just thinking, you know just like one of my exes, like her stepdad said, like, oh, I've grown numb to death, or I grew numb to somebody dying. And I just think, why why are you, I was kind of confused about that. Like, how do you grow numb to the death side? It's, you know when my pa took his last breath, I physically watched him take it. And that was one of the hardest things I had to deal with. And but when I over, it took many years, still many years of counseling over that one. I've pretty much, grown a stronger person, because when I, uh, it's just, that's just one thing I've overcame is, I mean, as my counselors told me, like, I am a I've overcame a lot in my life, and I'm very grateful that, you know, that I have. I wouldn't be meeting as many people as I have in my life, and
Yeah.
I make sure to be that person to show that there's still good in this world, and everything like that. It's just that we've all dealt with some type or form of death. I mean, that's the truth. So
Sorry,
you're good.
I was getting hot as shit. But yeah, I kind of want to touch up on that too. Is like what you were saying about losing people going numb to the death. I've had one person in my life say that, and that was actually my cousin. Let's just say his name was Jerry. I don't know. Uh,
Jerry.
he said that he's witnessed it so much that it doesn't hurt him as much, and I'm like, damn, how much have you actually gone through then? Because he's only 2 years older than me. I was like maybe 2 or 3. I don't know exact. He went through college. I'm pretty sure he went through college at least, and did so much in his life. Sorry,
No,
that
you're good.
I understand. Like going through so much pain like that, you do tend to not feel it as much. But it still, to me, it still begs the question of, are you okay? Type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it how someone can go numb to pain or to death like that. Because yes, I've had deaths happen around me a lot. Like not too long ago, someone that I was actually getting as a friend, he was amazing. I'm not gonna say his actual name, but he was an inmate at the work at my job, and he got out sometime in about the middle of the year, and just not too long ago found out that he passed away in a car crash. He Then there was another guy that worked with us who I ended up actually getting my position at work. I work in shipping and receiving now. He was where I was or where I am right now. He was there, and he actually passed away due to I'm pretty sure it was a heart attack or a stroke. He knew he had to have known something because he one day he actually came to work. It was at the end of the week, I think a Thursday, because we didn't work on Fridays and Saturdays at the time. He said, "I will see you guys on the other side," instead of saying, "I'll see you guys Monday."
Mhm.
And I was like, "What do you mean by that? What you'll see?" Because I didn't talk to him that week, and he's a great guy. I love him to death. He's a great guy and everything. I like him. I love him as a brother. And I come to find out that Saturday he passed away. I was like, "There's no way." Like I was dumbfounded. I was shocked and kind of like appalled by it because he was doing well. Both these people were part of the inmate program, the work release
Mhm.
program at my work, and they both got out and shit hit the fan for them. And I feel so bad that they actually went out that way because that's something that I don't want anyone to experience like that. That is horrible. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired.
No, you're good, man.
Like that's a horrible way to go out, and I don't want anyone to like feel like that. Like
No.
these guys were. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna say their names, but I can kind of shed a little bit of light on them. The first person that I was talking about, he actually was arrested originally for drinking and driving. Come to find out, he was not behind the wheel when he got into that car crash. He was actually in the passenger seat, from my knowledge, and someone else was driving. Um, and then the second guy, again, it was a heart attack, and yeah, we've had a lot of deaths at my workplace. I'm not gonna say the name online. I'm not gonna say the name like that. I'll say it like in personals, like to Mullet here, but I'm not gonna say it to
Yeah, of
anything
course.
outside of that because It's still personal information that I don't want people to come find me at work, because I have had people kind of show themselves to me a couple of times out in public. I'm like, "You're this person." I'm like, "How in the hell do you know that?" Like, I mean, granted, yes, it made my day that that someone knew me, but like, how in the fuck do you know that?
Yeah. And as I've sat back and I mean that leads me to my other story. So one of my uncles, normal day, me and him, we were just shooting shit, doing what we normally do, and uh, well that night, well before that, I tell him, I say, I told him I loved him and everything, and he he slept in or he didn't have really any homes to call his home. He was just he was pretty much a wherever he could lay his head he'd go, but he didn't want to feel like a burden on people. When that's before, well, as soon as I told him I loved him, I'll see him tomorrow and everything. And mom, she tells me, she said, go over there and ask him, if he wants to borrow my car, he can. Well, we live straight across the road from the store, and so I go to his little area. I knock on the door. He didn't answer, so I'm thinking, oh, he's asleep. I don't want to bother him. So I go home. I told mom, I said, hey, he didn't answer. He's probably asleep and everything. She said he'll probably come by in the morning and everything. Well, when a day or that next morning, we get a knock at our door around 6, 7 o'clock morning, and somebody saying that he's dead, and when uh, they said that as much as as long as he was laying out there, that his face was already black, purple, from where he was just laid out there in the cold. And they said that his arms were like in a cross, like an X shape, and um, the cops wouldn't let him be covered up, knowing that there was a school bus fixing to come through, and all those kids were going to see a dead body that morning, and and everything like that. So finally, they let my other uncle cover him up before, and it was just, it's scary to think that that was my last time I got to say goodbye to him and that I loved him. I mean, it's to the point that I mean, I quit saying goodbye. I always say I'll see you later or something like that.
Yeah.
And CJ, he's taught me that that it just makes him feel uncomfortable when somebody says that. And so I don't know if that's just something that's just carried on with everything, and it kind of resonates with me. But no, it's just, it's crazy to think that that was my last time ever seeing him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't ever know when the last time you're gonna see someone is.
Mm-mm.
It could be the day after, it could be an hour after you see them that you'll see him again, or it could be never.
Mm-hmm.
And that thought kind of got embedded in me a long while ago, where you never know the last time you're gonna see someone. So make the
Yeah.
most of it while you can. because
Yep.
as I was saying, as we were saying earlier, is that you never know what is what happened or what's happening behind someone's face.
Mm-hmm.
I live by this motto being the most broken people smile the brightest. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying or
Mm-mm.
not, but
No.
I live by that where I've always kind of been a little bit weary of people when they're like always happy, always like chipper about everything. I'm like, what's wrong? There has to be something because no one's happy 24/7. No one's this happy all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And I've actually, to some of the people, I've actually gotten down to the root of it where they have lost so much that they don't want people to see how much that they've hurt, so they put on a face so they can not have other people feel that same way.
You know, that's funny that you say that because I mean, you know how real I am. Like I'm the realest person you'll probably probably ever meet. Um, but when uh when I when I have a bad day, like I don't want to cast it upon to everybody that I'm having a bad day. That's why I'm always smiling and acting like I ain't got no sense. You know, it's to the point of, you know, I don't, me personally don't want to be the cause of, you know, you or somebody I'm gaming with to have, you know, if y'all were having a good day and then you get in a Discord call or Discord VC and then you're having a bad day because I'm not my crazy kooky self and acting like I ain't got no sense. You know, it's that's why you know I've always put on that little mask of, yes guys, I'm fine, you know, let's have fun. Or when
What you meant to
when you know
Sorry.
it's, no, you're good, but I don't know, I've I've always done that. It's a, I guess the safety mechanism for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it, like not wanting to push that upon others. I really do, but it also comes to a point where it's like you throw people off by being too happy. There is a thing being too happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, it's a little off-putting, and I've seen it a couple of times, not just at like my I've seen it a couple of times when I was at school back in high school where people were like super happy and come to find out they were like in their day to day they were the most depressed people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't really say much, and I'm not going to put them on the spot by saying their names. I'm not gonna mention much about what they went through either,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna say that they, yeah, they were my best friends because I was able to be there for him and understand and go through it. I didn't want him to feel. I didn't want them, I should say. I didn't want them to feel that they were not that they were alone.
Mm-hmm.
I've also dealt with countless of my friends end up not showing up to school. Uh, Countless times where, yeah, not gonna go too much into detail because YouTube issues with the word, but you know what I'm going with.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully people over on YouTube can kind of deduce where that's going. Yeah, I might go ahead and say it and then bleep it out in post, but yeah, suicide is.
Yeah.
I know it's a touchy topic for that kind of
Oh,
stuff, but
100%.
yeah, I've known some people who ended up going that way, and I was actually good friends with them, and I felt bad that I couldn't be there to help, that I was helpless to it, being like I couldn't be there to stop them, and I've been through that same feeling. I've attempted. I'm not gonna say that I haven't. Um, I really did, and if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here. There's been countless times where I've shown up to school, work. Uh, I know I've shown up on stream multiple times where I was like depressed as fuck and just forcing myself to go through it because I felt like I had an obligation to people.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't. I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't want people to look down on me, being like he's too down in the dumps and everything. Because I've posted on Twitch and stuff. I've posted on YouTube and stuff about more of my background. I should do a draw my life thing and kind of explain more about me, or I should do like some kind of video to explain more about me. And I know I haven't, and I've been long due for that since we hit 200 subs over on YouTube. But uh, I know I'm gonna be referencing most of this entire podcast. I'm gonna be referencing NF a lot, but he's gone through so much of it. Where one of his songs was called Nate, his actual name. He actually was talking about how he the line the let me look up the lyric to it. Uh, is like, yeah, sometimes I want to disappear like I just don't exist, or find a time machine to and take me back when I was 6, maybe younger. Either way, I guess the point of it would be to tell that little kid that he's gonna take a lot of hits. And I honestly feel like that's like probably one of the hardest hitting lines in any one of his music, that we all wish that we could go back and tell that little kid that the little version of ourselves that things aren't going to be okay. But that's okay
Yeah, of
because
course.
we're going to go over through it. We're going to go over it, and if we feel like if we want to look at them with sympathy, but sometimes we're scared that we've become what they were scared to be.
Hmm. I mean, I've, you know, I've sit back and, yeah, uh, I've sit back and wish that, I was younger again and that I was back to my, little self, and we, uh, made sure that, my grandparent, both of my grandparents would be here, my dad would be here, everybody, in my life that's gone would be back. It's but if I did ever do that, I don't believe I would have met so many amazing people, you know, through my career and through my life, and uh, it's very interesting that that one random Faz match. We have so many people that are very very loving, and we've all gained. We always we're always chilling and something and hanging out.
Yeah.
It's but if there's ever one thing that I could take out of that is I don't want to ever lose uh I don't want to ever lose anybody that I associate myself with, and I don't want to lose my family. That's the thing that I can take away from this is because I y'all y'all challenge y'all challenge my mind a lot, and y'all just make sure that I'm good. That one night that I was having a really rough day, uh, you know, Watcher, he before I even left the Discord, he's like, "You good, man?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just not in the right mindset. I'm just gonna go lay down and just sleep it off." And I'm very thankful for him to say that, because there's not a lot of people that, I mean, there was everybody in my Discord, they know what I'm going through as of right now, and so it's it's not a secret, um, but it's just everybody being there, everybody that surrounds, chooses to kick it with me. It means a lot to just not my mental health. It means so much to my like self-esteem, because as I've grown up seeing death, it's shattered my self-esteem. It's just like, oh, these people are getting close to me, and they either move away or they die off. I mean, it's just how everybody thinks when you have so many people that are close to you, um, just leave you pretty much out to dry and everything. And when uh you know every day we'll I'll be seeing posts in there my Discord. It's uh it's like people want to run fast, or somebody posting self promotion, and we go drop by and say what's up to them. You know, we have so many people that make sure our Discord is up, running, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of them. That's it blows me away that there's people always vibing with each other and just picking at one another. I mean, it's the way I want my Discord.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way. 100%.
Yeah. Going off of what you were saying about like seeing so many people leave and everything, that it gets to a point where that's all we think about. In that same song called Nate, he was actually saying, you know how intoxicated people make us nervous to the point sometimes we shake and it feels so disturbing. Don't be scared. That's just trauma trying to reach the surface and tell us everyone we love is gonna try and hurt us, which isn't true, but it's a lie that both of us believe in. Yeah, you might get a glimpse of happiness from your achievements, but what you'll learn as you get older, every time you reach one, you'll just make another goal that doesn't lead to freedom. And I love like reading into a lot of lyrics of songs, because a lot of them have truth in them, and especially NF's music. I know that I can't play any of them because both Twitch and YouTube will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna mute the stream or mute the video because you can't do that." I'm like,
Yeah.
this is something that's important that needs to go along with it. But I'm like, okay, I get it. We're not gonna do it, and all that. So I don't want anyone to come after me. Corporate espionage shite. See, like I said, I like making people laugh and stuff because it's not just a thing that um it makes me feel better. Yes, it makes me feel a little better when I'm able to bring someone's spirits up, but it's more of I want their spirits to be brought up so they don't get into that rut again. Like I said,
Mm.
going back to what I was explaining on the my older channel, that kid came to my chat or into the comments and was like, "You've helped me a lot. I respect you and I love all your videos. You've helped me out of a really dark time." And from then on, I started to make a promise that I was going to keep going with it. That I wanted to make other people's days brighter, happier, and not worry so much about things. They seeing that, I don't know, it something in me was just like, I'm able to do this. I can make people feel like they're important again.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that kind of went a little bit to my head because I started just uploading just to be as a beacon, and that's not what I wanted originally. And I started to lose the sight of what I did. I started to go down a path that on YouTube that I didn't want to go through, and that's where I ended up becoming. Is that this is something that shouldn't just be about me, shouldn't just be about it should be about everyone, everything. Like I said, I don't like being the center of attention, but I don't like not being that help for people. Where it makes me feel like I'm helpless, that I'm not able to be there for someone in their time of need. Like, I've had so many people ask me, it's just like, when's this gonna come out? When's that gonna come out? And it's comforting in a little bit of an aspect, but it's also not at the same time, where like you get so caught up in an action that you can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of just more or less spitballing, I guess I could say. Um, like I said, I'm just the we. I kind of feel like sometimes things aren't the way they are. Like things get more down than anything. And when I said that I kept that promise, I'm still keeping that promise to make people's days happier, to brighten people's days up. Uh, I hate seeing myself in positions where I can't help others, and it hurts when I'm not able to because I feel like I failed. I feel like I'm not able to do it, so I end up just saying fuck everything and I go on about my day. And it hurts, but we make it through it because I don't know, have you ever played a game on itch.io called what was it called? I need to look it up now.
Let's see. I know there was the dragon. It was about the.
Yeah, that's the game. It's a game called We Become What We Behold. It was a game made by Nikki Case. It was like a short little point and click game where you are a news reporter that you click on like major topics that are going on in the scene around you, and people see it, start doing that, and then it kind of leads into a very bad interpretation of things. And yeah, it's pretty bad of a video of a game. I would highly suggest that people go and see it. um if I still have a recording of it, I'll try and throw a little clip of it up on screen here, to with no audio or something, and try and show a little bit of it off, because at the very end of the game it said, "We become what we behold. Our tools shape, or we shape our tools, and our tools shape us."
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of took that as we kind of make what we have, and then what we have helps us become who we are. I don't know if I'm reading into that correctly or not, but like that's what I took it as.
Yeah.
I know I'm pretty much like one of those people that I can relate anything in real life to some sort of video game or some sort of song or something, because I guess that's all that I know. I don't like that I know just that stuff. It kind of gets a little deterring after a while. And I know I upset some people in my personal life with it, because that's all I talk about.
Yeah.
Uh, I do kind of want to shift gears a bit and go into more something a bit happier, I guess. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because we've kind of been talking about this for a bit now, and I know the tension of it is starting to get a bit thin, and I don't want it to end up breaking, and I kind of want to let
Yeah.
that sit there and simmer a bit on people's minds. Um,
Yeah.
we kind of really didn't plan for much more to talk about. Honestly, it just was
Mm-hmm.
mental health and
An impromptu podcast, I guess.
yeah. Um, but we are gonna be planning more in the future. I kind of want to do it like, I was thinking maybe we do it like once every couple of weeks, like every other week or something like that. To like we get together on a Saturday night or something, and then do like we just talk about stuff in our personal time, like what topics that we could touch up on, and put that into like a full on document. Like we'll just do Google Docs or something and share it with each other,
Yeah.
and do something like that, and then go from there. Like just ideas and stuff that we could put down, because I do want to get this podcast back out there again, because I've been away from it for so long that there's so much in the world that's happened again that need to be said, that need to be talked about, and I want to shed more light on it again, because I'm, like I said, me and the person that my old co-host, we kind of had a falling out. He wanted to invite his new friends to the group that were a part of, and I'm all for adding new people, but it's when you add people that are going to attack the original people of the group, or as I call it, the OGs of the group, that's a big no. And like it'd be like if anyone that I were to add, or um anyone in the Discord would to just like directly or verbally attack Mullet here, that's a big no. I I don't stand for that. He is the creator of this, and like the very first people that joined him, like attacking them, I also say no.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that to me that's you don't do that, and that's the reason why I love I don't know why, but I love it when people join my chats or join my live stream chat and start talking major shit. I love when they do that because it shows how little people are in the aspect of things. Like it's I don't know, it just makes them look so little that I can't stop thinking about it. Like there was this one guy that came to my chat not too long ago. I was playing Mortal Kombat 1, doing the story again, and I was doing it on very hard. I'm just a casual player on Mortal Kombat. People, yes, I went to tournaments, doesn't mean that I'm an expert player or a pro player. I don't claim to be, never have, never will. I've just played in tournaments. Um, this guy, I was getting pissed off at the game. He comes in chat being like, "Hey, want a 1v1?" I'm like, "No, I'm not going to fucking 1v1 because that's just not how that's going to work. You're going to come into chat, be nice, and and after a while, maybe. I don't just unless I'm doing play with viewers, I'm not going to just randomly accept a 1v1 from a random in chat. Like, that's not how that's going to work. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you. I mean, there could be times where I'll be like, if me and Mullet are playing like Phasmo, and someone comes into the chat being like, "Hey, can I join?" Yeah, like Phasmo is one of those games that I'm okay with people joining because it's a game where everyone is working as a team.
Mm-hmm.
But if people are gonna join just to be dicks about it, yeah, no. I'm like I said, I'm all for getting people into game alongside of others, but understand like some people need to understand that it's all not always welcomed to just straight out ask. And I know I'm kind of stuttering right now, but I'm just like
No,
trying
you're
to
good.
rack my brain on how to put things. It's it's like go being invited to a birthday party and not to and just taking the entire cake.
Yeah.
I guess I could put it. It's like, yes, be be happy that you're there, but don't overstep your boundary. Don't overstay your welcome.
Yeah, of course. It's like if like if your buddy had a girlfriend, you don't want to overstep your boundary and push your feelings onto her. That way it'll ruin your relationship with your buddy. I mean, it's that type of boundary line. Maybe not to that extent, but it's to the that point.
Yeah. I completely understand that. I 100% agree with that. That it's there is a fine line of like being able to help or being able to understand what's going on and just not understanding, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, well, it's being able to understand and being able to discern when you can help, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is a better way to put it. Is that, yes, you can go either way, but it's like if someone asks you for advice, or if they're going to say something, or I shouldn't say if they're going to ask you for advice, it's like if they're going to say something to you, don't just immediately assume that they want your advice, because sometimes people just want an ear to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, this is also kind of going back into the mental health thing, but, like, yes, it's needed for today's society, because I'm pretty sure that you were saying this at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if it was at the beginning of the stream or in our own talk,
Mm-hmm.
where you were saying that it's become sociably or more acceptable to actually put your feelings out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And
I think it was like at the beginning or something.
yeah, like I said, we've been recording for about an hour now.
Has
So
it?
yeah, I can't believe it either, man. uh, but like we started talking about a bunch of things in our own time, and we're just like, we could just start talking about this on Real to Real. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I explained to Mullet that I had this podcast for almost, God, how long now? And when was the first episode released of this? Uh, don't mute, because I know you're gonna try and start doing things. The first episode of this was released 2 years ago,
That's wild.
and yeah, 2 years ago, and the most recent episode of it was still released 2 years ago. So it's not been active like that. I also want to get back into doing the Contains Two Disc podcast, uh, but I might have to get into that again. I might have to talk to my friend Jacob about it and kind of deter it away from being that, and kind of combine it into the Real to Real, where if able to, I'll, like I said, I'm gonna talk to Jacob and everything
Mm-hmm.
about the podcast. Because, like I said, I had two. One of them kind of went downhill. Haven't talked to the person since that fallout, and we just kind of pushed it off and didn't do it for 2 years. 2 years, yeah. Great podcast. um, no, I do want to get back into it, and that's the main reason why I was like, this is probably one of the first episodes that I want to come back to kind of explain why I haven't been doing it, because of bad blood, um, issues with other people, and stuff like that. Because again, as I'm pretty sure either I stated or Mullet stated at the beginning of this, is that nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And we were, if people, like, and I say people as in plural, because my I know I'm gonna say this. My mom said to me one time that people suck, and it's when I heard that, I was like, okay. But I started to learn more and more that being a person is okay, but being people suck, because you get through so much shit that you have to deal with, that it gets hard to kind of discern what is going on in the real world and what's going on online. And especially with nowadays that we've all kind of gravitated towards being just online, that it's hard to discern. I don't know how you feel about that whole thing about like people gravitating more towards online aspect of stuff.
I mean, the online aspect is that, I guess it's just to where they are in the comfort in their own home, and this is their, like, I guess, safe space. Just like how this room right here is my safe space, and your setup is your safe space. You feel more comfortable, and in today's society, it's more about the times of making sure that you're comfortable and just not how you feel behind the screen, but out into the world. People that and I'm going back into the whole mental health thing. When they have mental health, I'm not going to say issues or problems. I'm going to say mental health things that go on. They're it's just not their mental health that deteriorates. It's their self-confidence. It's just like, oh, I'm this person is is gone because of, you know, if I've done something, or if uh it's just the whole thing of just not making yourself comfortable
Yeah.
inside your body, but outside of your body as well. The times, I'm still working on my self confidence outside of my body. I feel confident inside, but when the uh, the time comes and I do feel comfortable in my little my little bean body, then uh we've been very graciously enough to um just fill that void, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, and I'm gonna hark back on this because it's a point that I want to drive home to a lot of people, is that the message of that game, we become what we behold. Um, we really do, is that we hold something so near and dear to us, and
mm-hmm.
we become what we have in our possessions, and we put that out there, and that's what is going to happen, is that we become less of ourselves and more of a simulacrum of today's world, where we're always behind our black mirrors, our solid screens, that we become more keyboard warriors than anything.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing to come about, because I get it. Starting arguments online, or being in an argument online, is going to happen. Like, you can't not go through it in your life cycle without it.
Yeah.
But it does get to a point where don't become a keyboard warrior. And when I say that, I don't mean like don't just try not to be an asshole online, because it's the amount of people that use the internet is nearly every single person on earth. Nearly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is and I would say probably about what, 70, 60, 70% of those are gamers?
Uh, Game. If I can spell it today.
Gamer, Gaymer.
There are approximately 3.32 billion gamers worldwide.
So about a little less than 50%.
Mm-hmm. In the U.S., it's 54% of gamers are male, and 46 are of the female gender.
Yeah. And it's when you get into arguments online about it, it's I don't know. There's I kind of want to hark onto this because one of my friends actually was talking about it. You also mentioned like the whole difference in genders between it is that it's actually getting more popular for women to also be gamers too. And considering how both of us are
Mm-hmm.
gamers, not women, both of us are gamers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we're both women, you know.
Yeah, I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. I mean,
But
but
how it's getting more socially acceptable to do that, or for women to be gamers, is that there's been a lot of sexist stuff on online, and I know the person that is in the stream right now is still watching the stream and everything. Who I'm talking about, she is actually watching. I know that for a fact still. Um, and sorry to call out the lurker. I know they don't like. I know they don't like it. I'm sorry, but I'm using your story as thing. She was either it was either playing GTA 5 or Red Dead 2, and part of a crew. One of the members were being like very fucking sexist.
mm,
I don't know what was said. I don't know what like the full story behind it, but I honestly hate when people are like that. Where I don't care if you're male, female, Red Dead 2. Yeah. I don't care if you're male, female, anything. Be a gamer. Do game. That is the whole point of gaming is to be comfortable and have fun. Like I hate
yeah,
when people are always like, "Oh, this you can't do like this because if this is there." Actually, I will fucking actually your ass. Get the fuck out of here if you say that. Like, I hate when people are sexist as fuck on games. It makes no damn sense. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I know I'm going on a tangent now, and I'm at a point where I'm just like, let's kind of shy away from the whole
yeah. Of course.
Debbie Downer part and kind of do more upbringing and upkeep and maybe go ahead and donate to the or the Thank Miss Charity live stream. Type in exclamation point charity. Yeah, I have to put that out there because
Of course.
like I said, I'm gonna be doing this, and this is going to stay in probably till the end of the year. I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep it up, but I will on December 6th. I will have an actual live stream for it, 100%. Don't think that I'll do a live stream for about 4 hours on that whole thing on what is it, on December 6th.
Mm-hmm.
But the full stream will be on that Saturday because I don't know if I work on that Saturday or not.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, we'll have fun. Like I said, if we actually get to the $1,000 dono goal that is like right up here, um, yes, I'm pointing up here, and I know to mullet like it's fucking. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pointing to nothing, but uh, the thing up here, yeah. If we hit that goal, I will do a giveaway for either a Steam gift card, Xbox gift card, or PlayStation gift card, depending on what you're wanting. And it will be anywhere between $50 to $100. So, and it will be random. Anyone who donates to it will be entered into that giveaway. It's like I said, it's just for the people that enter who are donating to um, the Samaritans and Christ text line because, like I said, or crisis text line because these are two kind of something that I wanted to talk about. That's the main reason why I was like, let's get into a mental health discussion about it because crisis text line is like I said, a suicide prevention uh, group and or well, not group, but they're a organization, yeah, and they are, I think they're based in the UK.
I think there's a UK version and then there's a United States version.
Yeah.
There it is. It is. Looks like it's based in the United States because I mean there's. I think it just varies by state as well, and you can call, text, or chat with them at any point in time. And all it is 988 is the number.
Yeah. It's sorry, I'm laughing about what the person that just typed in chat was saying. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, my head's just not there. Um, I'm gonna put my fucking phone down because I know she's gonna message again. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, there's the message again. I can't think now. What was I gonna say? They were based in America, right? Is what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that the one that the Samaritans that is also going to be donating. By the way, all proceeds that go to it are going to be split 50-50 between both charities. So anything and everything. So the $10 that you see up there that I donated, if you look over there in that corner, I donated $10 to it, and 5 of it will go to Samaritans, 5 will go to Christ's text line. So every bit, to like 50-50, 100% is going to, well, 100% of each is going to both their respective. And like I said, I'm hoping that this year we can break our goal of donos this year. Because, like I said, this is the 3rd year that I'm going to be participating in the Thank Miss Charity live stream, and like I said, I love being a part of it. I love raising awareness for people. Because the past 2 years we've been doing, what was it? Not Red Nose Day. There was another World Central Kitchen. That's what it was. The World Central Kitchen is a community-based or nonprofit organization that's based in the UK. It's either based in the UK or America that is helping families around the world, around the globe, to get food where they really need it. And I'm all for feeding people. If you are like I'm that type of person. If you're hungry, don't hesitate to ask. I will help as best I can. If you are starving and you truly need food, I will fucking go out and get you food. I do not give two shits. You are going to eat. I may go hungry, but as long as other people can, I'm okay. Also, did stream crash? Or is Discord being stupid?
I think Discord's tweet. I think Discord's tweet.
Uh oh. Yeah, no, my stream's going fine right now. And we're back. I was about to say, my stream's
And we're
fine.
back. Let's go.
Yeah, my stream's never mind. Is it just because that it's like 1:42 in the morning?
Probably.
And he's gone.
Are we back?
Just a little. Yeah, it should be good now, hopefully.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm looking at my side, or I'm looking. I pulled up your stream just check and shit.
Yeah, I like. I don't know this kind of setup here that we've got going on. I think it fits very well with the podcast and just having that. I'll I'll make a thing here soon for like banners for us, because I want to get it to where it's like more personalized for us to do that. Especially now that again I have a PC now to where I can do this shit properly. I want to get it to where it's like where it has our actual like names like ats and stuff, and then put like description stuff if people want to check it out.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I think I've really said what I wanted to say this go around.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Um, I don't know what we can really touch up on about mental health and stuff like that, unless you have anything that you want to input about it.
I mean, I don't think there is.
Um, I do want to. I do think I want to put more out there about the fact of how things go with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're never gonna be alone.
Oh, 100%.
And
Like, there's too many resources. Not to cut you off, but I mean, there's so many resources now where it's people are actually caring that you have mental health problems, and not problems, but mental health issues that they if me or watcher can't be there for you. I've got a whole Discord of people that will just sit there and let you vent to them, and or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I have a mental health thing, totally anonymous, like you were saying, and you know, make sure that to show that everybody in there is valued, and no problem is too big or small for people that take the time out of their day to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
You know, we've we've been very much grateful to be like that in the sense of a family.
Yeah. I know you said it, and I I know you said it about your community too, but I know I haven't said it much, and I do love my community. I love all you guys in my community, the people that join into the streams, the people that join my Discord, people who are just there. who watch the videos that I post on YouTube, even though I have a horrible schedule with YouTube, and YouTube doesn't like me much. I get it, but like, fuck. I love all you guys, man. And it's more platonic than anything, yes. But it's I don't know. It's like I feel closer to people than I ever have, which scares me too at times because I'm also that type of person that's like, what if I lose the people that I actually care for? Yeah, and I don't know. There's a bunch of shit about it, but like, you know, you can't really get away from it. Can't go without it. So it's just there. It's just gonna fester because, you know, that's just how it be in today's
Mm-hmm.
society. That rhymed. I didn't mean for it to.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
I mean, I do write music, so like that kind of helps.
Yeah.
I write music, and yeah, that is one thing that most people didn't know about me, honestly. I know
I
there's
didn't.
like I have played guitar, played the drums, write music, and I mess around a lot on FL Studios and create actual beats and rhythm. Didn't
Heck yeah.
like people fun fact about it. So, you know my raid sound?
Mm-hmm.
Like what I have as the raid sound like when it pops up on screen. Yeah, that's actually my like what I created. That's
That's
actually my music that I created.
that's wild.
And then the same thing with the follow. I created that. And
Hell
it it's missing something, and I don't know what it is, but it's missing something. And I can't put my finger on it because I don't know how to put it. It's missing something, and I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that I'm able to have found I guess I could say another fellow realist
Mm-hmm.
that can share in this whole podcast idea. Because, like I said, it's been 2 years since I've done anything on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we've been I've been busy. B, me and him had a fallout, and I still respect him as a person. Don't get me wrong, I still respect him. But I hope that he can learn that things are not gonna be the same after he allowed things to happen. I guess is the best way I can put that. And then same thing to another one of my friends. He goes by. He used to go by K Bryce. He again let people shit talk OGs of the original group,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of ruined that. And me and him are having a fallout.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
And
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No,
I
you
cut
go.
you off. You know, and like I'll be an advocate for everybody in my community. Like I want to make sure that you're everybody in my community is is heard. Um, we've you know if it wasn't for everybody in my community, I wouldn't have a good community. And I say you can say the same about your community. Like, if it wasn't for your community, you wouldn't have a good community as well. I mean, the the whole thing of when I mean, we I guess you can call it hand picking. Like, we hand pick good people into the community. That way, we're being supportive and everything. Or people, like our friends, our people that we mess around or we hang out with in real life, and we bring them into that community. That way, that they're the same. They're just not like numbers and everything. And I don't want I don't want people to ever think that they're just a number to me, because each individual has a purpose. If I don't know something, I may go research it, or there's somebody in yours or my Discord that may know what to do in certain situations. It could be tech problems, it could be music problems, it could be just general knowledge and they need advice. It's we all have a wide range of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I kind of want to think I can combine or connect anything to a video game or to video games in general, like because that's just how my brain thinks. Um, you've played Until Dawn, right?
I have not. No, I've watched people play it.
So, but you know the whole basic premise of it, where
Mm.
you have to keep everyone alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that to me, that's like how our communities are. Is that we have to keep everyone there
Mm-hmm.
and keep them interacting with each other to in a sense where it's not just us doing it, it's the community interacting with each other to keep the interactions up. um I don't want to I don't want it to sound like very lethargic, I guess. I don't know, big words for small-minded individual right here, but I swear I'm big brain if you just give me time. um I don't know. I'm just I find it kind of uninviting if people are not wanting to communicate with one another.
Yeah.
And even if people are communicating, if they're communicating in the wrong ways, I guess I can also say that I find it uninviting too. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit that goes with it, but that's like the biggest one part of it.
Of course. And and in my server, we have like females, and I don't want them to. I want my server to be a safe space for both male and female, because females, they do get in, or the male gender. I can speak upon this because I am a male. Um, it's to the extent I don't want them to feel like that we're just just there for you know we don't want them to feel like they're going to be stuck in an uncomfortable situation to the degree of other things go down and it makes them feel uncomfortable. We want everybody to feel like they're comfortable in here. They can post hair pictures, they can post baking. It's a very well diverse
Yeah.
community. Um, and I've always want to make sure people are safe and they are fine in the sense of mental, physical, and everything. It's it's more of a time to decompress from that day. If you had a day, uh, you come home, you don't want to have that same shit day.
Yeah.
When you're online, you want to just be able to just sit back and relax and just unwind.
Yeah.
Grab your adult beverages or a soda or something like that, or I mean, just a little like what me and you were doing, vaping. It's something that we do to comfort ourselves in a situation that may have been stressful throughout the day. And I'm very, very, very keen about picking and poking because I do it all the time to everybody. That it doesn't matter, female, male. I'll pick and poke at you because I think that's what brings us together.
Oh
Is
yeah.
if we ain't picking and poking at each other, it's not a fun time. Life's too serious to be a. This world's too serious nowadays to not have laughs and fun and just bullshittery, I guess.
Yeah.
And you pick that up as time goes on, and like me, myself, and I've never thought that people ask me like, what do I do for like do I do any recreational illegal stuff? I'm like, no, I don't because it's nothing that I feel like I need to be in my right mind space to do that. To be able to find out what did I said to either upset somebody or not upset somebody. It's the double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I've said this so many times on my streams, so many times on like my YouTube and stuff. If you can't handle, if you are easily offended, it's not the stream for you. It's not the video for you. I'm not gonna pick and poke, or I'm not gonna pick and choose, I should say, what I'm going to say, just to appeal to you and appeal to how you want, because
yeah.
that's not me. Which is the reason why I love my friends as much as I do, because they're not easily offended, and it takes a lot to actually offend us, like to really piss us off. It does take a lot, but in some senses, it is very easy because you attack the wrong person, you're gonna get the entire group on your ass. You just don't, as Mullet was saying, don't take life too seriously. It's too long to be too serious.
Hmm.
And I know saying this as a 22-year-old, and you're how old now?
26, fixing to be 27.
Yeah, like it two completely different parts of the like 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's we've so much that we've lived through, but so little of our lives have been spent. And
Mm.
we've already come to the thought process of it's so much better to not take life so seriously, because when you take it so seriously, you start losing yourself, and you start losing the people that are around you, and nobody wants that. Not even as much as people say, "Oh, I'm the lone wolf type," and I'm gonna say this from experience, that being the quote unquote lone wolf type is not all it's cracked up to be. Because you start losing so much, you start losing experiences that you could have had. Like, the very first time that I actually went to a party, like an actual party, I I hated it. Honestly, I'll 100% that I hated it because I don't like being in crowds like that, and but it was something that I never experienced before, and I was 19 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 years old and going to something like that. It was, I hated it, like I said.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never been. I've been mainly a person that just stuck to myself, and I didn't really do anything. I mean, the only wild things I've ever done was like rode my old high school. I mean, for insurance purposes, possibly a joke, possibly not. Just
For
depends
legal
on.
purposes, that was a joke.
Yeah, for legal purposes, it's a joke, maybe. I don't know. You neither confirm nor deny.
He allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But like, the. I mean, but I would much rather be on here playing games and having fun than going outside the house and getting in situations to where it could lead me into jail time, charges on me. Then what can you do then? Just I mean, not a lot,
Yeah.
you know. So it's uh, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, I I'm that type of person that I enjoy being outside, but yes, I would rather be in playing games. But I do enjoy being outside. I do skateboard a little bit. I I used to golf a lot. Like, I would actually go outside. We we'd lose so many fucking golf balls in my front yard. Like, there is so many out in that, because we have like a giant field in front of us too. And it
Mhm.
used to be a motocross track. Uh, but we would lose so many fucking golf balls just hitting that way.
Oh yeah,
And
but
I think I can count probably like over 400
Jesus.
that we have lost just hitting them. Like, I I love doing that. I still want to I want to go back to like a drive. I want to go to a driving range again, but I need to get a set of golf clubs first, and even then I don't want to spend that money like that. I just want
Yeah,
to go out and have fun with friends, drink beer and just have fun.
of course.
And even when I'm here gaming, I'm like, yeah, it's fun to do that, but every so often I do want to be outside. Like I said, it's we're not completely different, but we
Hmm.
are. And I know in the background, I know there's gonna be people asking, like gonna be people asking in the comments, being like, does he hunt and stuff? Like, we actually had this conversation
Hmm.
on Snap not too long ago, being like, I've lived here for fucking 15 years and I've never been hunting. And I want
Yeah,
to. And you were saying that you've been here in Tennessee for what, 26? Like, you were born
yeah,
in
20.
Tennessee
Yeah,
and you've never been hunting.
yeah. Never been hunting a day in my life. Those deer that everybody sees in the background, those were originally not mine. They were my stepfather's. I got I got blessed with him when he went to the other side, and I get a lot of compliments about him. It's just I guess a conversation starter with, just not chat, but anybody that sees my background, and it's just something that I enjoy keeping keeping that keep that going. Keep that memory alive.
Yeah, and it's always good to have that to where you can hark back on it on yourself. Like I said, that's the reason why I wear this for people who remember the video that I posted about him. I always wear it; never comes off me, even when I'm working in my shirt. Never take it off. And we're technically not supposed to have jewelry on, but like, I don't give two fucks. I'm gonna wear it because it's just out of respect for my great grandfather.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been wearing it for about a year and a half because for the first half a year when I had it, I would take it off, keep it in my pocket, and the actual chain of it started to get crunched up and almost broke multiple times. And I was like, no, no more. I fixed it. It's staying on me no matter what. And if anyone tries to touch it or rip it off, I'm going to rip their hand off. Because, like I said, I respect my great grandfather. I respect everything that he did. Dude was in the military, or I don't know what thing he was in the military, but he was in military. He wasn't. I don't think he was considered a veteran. He might have been. I don't know the full story about it. But I love Gampa to death, and yes, that is what I call him. I don't think I don't think I said that to you just yet or not. But Gampa, and if you're out there still, if your spirit is still out there somewhere, and you're still able to hear this, I love you, man.
Of course, and everybody that I've lost, if they're still out in this realm, I mean, I love them till the day I take my last breath. And I read a book. I know it's very shocking. This one didn't have pictures though. It was one page. It was about a hospice nurse, and she wrote a book about all of her patients that she's came in contact with in her life, and it said that if there was this one person, and this one little sentence has stuck with me. She told him, the patient told her that if the when she goes to the higher up, that everybody better move out of her way because she's gonna be the first one to hug him. That she's gonna have a line. She's gonna have a line waiting for that. Everybody's gonna be standing there waiting for her. But she said everybody just needs to move out of my way because I'm gonna be the first one to welcome you up here. And I mean that shit hit me hard. Like it did because that's the way I want to be in my life, is all the people that I've came across and that knew me. I want them to be standing at that golden gate when I'm ready to walk through that, be waiting for me with open arms. So
yeah, one of my friends, he I don't think he's really I don't think he is Christian. But he does believe in an afterlife, and he does believe in all that, but the way that he is said is that he doesn't believe that there is a heaven. He believes that when you die, your spot at the table has opened up.
Mm-hmm.
filled with all your family and friends that have made it there before you, and that is your last moment of, I guess, reconciliation with them,
Yeah.
which kind of harks me into a song that NF made. I know I keep saying this, but like, just bear with me on this. NF made a song called Mama.
Mhm.
MAMA by NF. I need to actually look up the lyrics because I don't remember them exactly off the top of my head. It was when he was actually talking to the like talking to the audience and talking to his mom. It was like, yeah, I'm grown now. It took me a while to see the bigger picture. Because if you were here today and I was talking with you, there'd be a lot of tears of joy falling on my sweatshirt. Probably followed by some apologies and Mom, I missed you. I pray you see me down here looking up. Still got a lot of things that I need healing from. I'll get there eventually, don't you worry none. I just hope you finally find some peace and you feel happy, Mom. I love you. And then before that, he was saying, nobody's perfect. Yeah, I guess we all fall short. And I can't hold this unforgiveness in my heart no more. So just know you're lovable to me, and of course, you'll always be mama to us, so save a table for four.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who NF is, he is considered by society a Christian rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't consider himself as a Christian rapper because in one of his songs he called Therapy Session, he even said Christian is not the definition of what perfect means.
Mm-hmm.
And he's stated in a bunch of his songs saying church is where I found God, but it's also where I learned to judge.
Of course.
And that is a lot of I think it's I don't want to get fully into it, but I respect people on their beliefs. I will respect people's beliefs no matter what. I'm not going to force mine onto others. And I think that's where a lot of the, I guess, quote unquote, I want to say it this way because there are a lot of people that are Christian who will say it that way and then who've never read the Bible, who have never understood what the Bible was meant, who will push their beliefs onto others and force that down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't agree with that. Same thing with some of the LGBT community that some of them I love the group. I was actually a part of them for a while and technically quote unquote still am, I guess, because of how some of the sexuality is now. There's a thing called semi bisexual.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an actual thing. Uh, but yeah, there I was gay through some of my middle school. That even the person that's in chat, you can see him, Tiny Psycho 22. They were actually with me in middle school, and they didn't know that, and I guarantee you they didn't know that because they never mentioned it.
That's
Yeah,
cool though.
I was uh, I was gay I was gay from my 6th and 7th grade. Was in a gay relationship too, and I it came to a point where I after I actually got with someone in my 8th grade who showed me what true love actually was. Then I lost her due to my incompetence and getting angry at someone who probably I shouldn't have because things were different then. I still regret everything back then,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't at the same time because I don't like having regret. My entire thought on regrets are, if you regret if a or sorry, a decision you regret is a decision you were not willing to or you were not ready to make.
Yeah.
And I that's the reason why I don't like regrets. I've never liked having regrets, but I do regret things, and I'm gonna fully say that I've had that I have issues that I'm not ready to admit, and that I'm not ready to forgive myself for just yet,
I mean,
because it's not time.
exactly. I mean, in due time, when you're feel comfortable, like you always have little old me. So just be there and be an open. I mean, as you already know, I'm an open-minded. I'm pretty much like a book that has 10 million pictures on it. It's we. I'm more open-minded. People claim that I'm closed-minded, that they can't never sway my vote or sway me to things, but that's just not how I am. Like, I like to be open-minded about things, and I don't want people to think that I'm casting my ever living judgment on them. That's just not me.
Yeah.
But as we were talking about uh, things, there's one song that I keep going back to. I found it. I forgot how I found it, but there's one verse that always hits from. I mean, hits home. It's a James Blunt song, "Monsters." I don't know if you've heard that song, but
Maybe.
it says, "I'm not your son. You're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive. No need to forget. I know your mistakes, and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So, Daddy, won't you won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away." And that that little lyric will always resonate with me, because my stepdad that has all of these deer, he was never was my father, my bio dad. But he was a father figure. He helped me fill the void of me being, I guess, alone in the father sense. And still to this day, I've kept my promise to him, that I would make sure that my mom and my little brother, we were all taken care of, and you know it's time for me to step up and chase all the monsters that was in his past away, because it's it's said and done, it's over with, and uh it's, I mean, just like it says right here, sleep is a lifetime. Yes, and breathe. Last words, I can feel my hand on your own. I will be the last one, so I'll leave a light on. There, let there be no darkness in your heart. And you know, uh, it's just it's crazy to think that I have more of a connection with just that one song than any other song put out now. Um, so we've, I don't typically listen to that song. It's still a touchy song for me.
Yeah.
Uh, but as time gets gets further out, I'll probably like revisit it to see if I'm healed enough to listen to that song and everything.
Yeah.
But it's we've. I mean, I didn't have to step up to take care of my family, but I choose to help them out in the sense of a uh you know of this just be there for my parent, because my mother she's going through, well, she's still going through it. uh December the 2nd, I've got to go with her to go for a consultation about her heart,
Hmm.
and I am completely scared shitless because that's just something you don't necessarily mess with, is your ticker. And uh so I mean, that's gonna be a rough day for me on a real note. So I mean, it's gonna be one of those days where I just, when I get home, I mean, I may get on, I may not get on. It just depends on what goes on in that day, because I know if they have to do it that day, then they'll make us stay that night. So I'll bring some form, like my phone or uh my Xbox. That way I have some type of entertainment.
Yeah. And
But go ahead.
I was about to say, don't feel pressured to join. Like, don't feel pressured to needing to talk to us. Like, your family is more important, man.
Oh, of course. And
And I'll
I
live
love.
by that. It's family first before above all else.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And I'll always keep everybody updated on everything, because it's I don't want to leave y'all in the dark. So, and we are a very supporting individuals. So
Yeah, I was about to say, I think me and you are the two most supporting out of everyone.
I mean, everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people that are supporting of us, and
Well, I'm saying like a general rule of thumb and general perspectives that me and you are the biggest two out of everyone that will be there in everyone else's corner through everything.
oh, of course. I mean, not saying that there's not a
Oh
person
yeah.
in either one of our discords that everybody just will surround us with positivity and everything. But you know, I I mean, I owe my life to everybody that uh owe my life to. It's just a thing for sure.
Yeah. Also, I just looked at the timestamp. Holy fuck.
But
2 hours and 10 minutes.
jeez,
I
I
didn't
bet.
even I didn't even look at the timestamp earlier. Wasn't it like 5 minutes ago? Was that an hour?
Yeah, it was like an hour ago.
That was not an hour ago. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, cause yeah,
I get that's how time works. Shut up.
for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm like I want the best of people, and I want people to see the best in themselves
Mm-hmm.
because you can't be sad, because sad backwards is das, and das not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
I know I've said that to so many people, and it's such a fucking stupid joke. But like, I can't help but say it because it's A, it's funny, and B, it's true.
Yeah.
Das not good. So stop being sad because das not good.
Right. Life's too short to be sad. Life's too. Life needs to be fun and exciting sometimes instead of being the Debbie Downers and everything like that. That's why like I said, I act like I don't have any sense. I mean, we, that's what we are. We're people that love to joke and do dumb shit, break shit, and have fun doing it.
I'm sorry. I literally just. I so wish I could show this on stream, but I don't think I'd be able to with the connotation behind it. I'm turning my phone off. I'm sorry. I can't.
No, you're good.
I can't. No, I'm not looking at it. I know you're in the stream still. I'm not gonna look at it.
But this person's like, I wish this dude would just shut up already. Golly.
No, they sent a meme in our DMs. I'll send it to you after in a second. It's funny as shit.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, I don't know. I will. Now I can't even think. But yeah, just I kind of want to leave it off here. The today's podcast. I kind of want to leave it off here with a question to the entire people watching out there on stream, or people going to be watching this over on YouTube when it airs. It's I don't know. It's more of the long lines of how are you guys? Like, if you guys are feeling down at all, I'll be in the comment section of it, or I'll put this up on as a replay, or not a replay, a
Rerun?
no, there's something on YouTube. It's not a rerun, it's not a live stream.
A short?
No, it's premiere. That's what they call it over on YouTube, where you upload a video that has its own live chat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try and premiere it if I get the time to do it. But yeah, it's. I want you guys to kind of tell us how you're doing, and it will be, I guess, your our way of saying a mental health check on you guys in the comments. And I know I'm gonna be looking at it because it's the video that I'm gonna be posting on my channel, and I'm like, I hope I will send you the link to Mullet if you want to go and check out the people stuff on that. I will link anything and everything for him down in the description below, and check out his Discord, check out mine. If you if you want to be anonymous and send anything to his mental health check, go and do so. Check out his live stream too, because he's also doing the Thankmas live streams and stuff starting now, and go ahead and donate to his streams if he has milestones. Donate to mine. Either way, we're going to get this goal, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day, great rest of your evening, wherever you are, however you feel. Hope you guys are okay.
Just always make sure that y'all remember, y'all are loved. No matter, it may not seem like it is, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because though it may seem hard right now, it can't get no worse. I mean, it could, but if you have the will and the way, you can turn it into something positive, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm also gonna say this too before leaving. Are you okay with doing the like doing this like every once every like every other week or something, like come together on like a Friday or Saturday and just do this for a night and just talk? Really?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, because like I said, I wanted to get to it to where it's not just a one and done thing anymore. I wanted to actually, because like I said, the Real2Real podcast was something originally for like talking about real topics, real situations, real stuff going on in the world. And I have not been able to do that, and I want to get back into doing that because there's a lot of stuff with society that we can touch up on, and it's not to make it better, it's just to shed light on it, and hopefully things might change.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's going to do it for the video. I might still stream if Mullet is okay with wanting to do something.
Oh yeah, I'm always down to stream this.
But again, everyone over on YouTube, I love all your faces, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys then.